What's up, everybody? It's your host, Daniel Biaba, and I'm back with another podcast episode, man. Last time I had my brother on here, man. The conference finals just began. It was game 2. Already it was 1-1 for the Spurs and Thunder, and then Knicks were looking to go up 2-0. And, the Knicks end up doing it. The Knicks won 2-0, then they just ran. I ain't gonna lie. After game 1, we knew the Cavs lost. We was thinking, could Cavs get one game in Cleveland, maybe in Knicks in 5? But after game 1, we knew the series was over between the Cavaliers and the Knicks. Blowing that 22-point lead in the fourth quarter, it was too much to overcome. Like mentally, it was just bad. Like games 2, 3, and 4 were blowouts. All 3 of those games were blowouts. Game 4, especially 130-93, as the Knicks completed the 4-game sweep. Knicks in 4, Knicks to the playoffs since first time since 1999. Jalen Brunson, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Jalen Brunson ended up averaging about 26 points, 3 rebounds, and about 8 assists. Coming up huge, man, showing why he's one of the clutchest players in the league, bro. Closing out series. I ain't gonna lie, this was the series that I didn't watch a lot because every time I was tuned in, it were blowouts. It were just Cavaliers just playing bad from the start. Anthony Towns didn't have to do too much, 16 and 12. Mikal Bridges played amazing, averaged about 18.5 points. It was just like this team, they're in a complete zone. I believe they won 12 straight. They won about 12 straight. But, man, after that game 1, it killed them, bro. James Harden didn't fully pull up to potential, only averaging 16 points, 5. He's getting these chances to go to the finals. He can't convert, bro. This is probably one of his last chances. He was a guy that had more turnovers, almost more turnovers than completed shots. He had 17 turnovers. He made 21 field goals, bro. More turnovers than assists that he had. All of them. Even Mitchell had 14 and 9. The turnovers, Mobley 12 and 12. Can't do that, bro. You can't. Brunson had 10 turnovers. They had more than, that's crazy. That's crazy. So Knicks going to the finals, first time since 1999. And in the 1999, they played the Spurs. Now, the Spurs are down 3-2 versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Great back and forth games this series. Last time we talked, it was 1-1. Now it's 3-2 Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 3. Okay, so game 3, I forget. That game was a slot fest for me. I remember watching that game. It's pretty boring, not too much. Oklahoma City was down 15-0 to start the game, and then they figured it out, hitting 44% from the 3-point line. That's when the bench came through. Jared McCain had 24 off the bench. Jalen Williams, not J-Dub, Jalen Williams, the other one, had 18. Caruso had 15. Caruso been huge this playoffs. Casey Wallace 11. While the San Antonio Spurs bench, no one on their Spurs bench had more than 10 points. It was only the start that was scoring. And that's the difference between these two teams, man. The bench scoring, bro. The bench scoring. Dylan Harper hasn't been the same since he came back from that injury. I ain't going to lie. Keldon Johnson has been up and down. Carter Bryant is a young rookie that's trying to find his footing. He's a smart player. He's just a young guy, so it's hard to trust him at times. But this year has been amazing, bro. This year has been amazing. Game 4, San Antonio came out hot at home. Came hot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was held under 20 points. Shaq was a ghost. Only had 10 and 9. The bench scoring was way lower. Caruso had 0 points. Jared McCain had 4. Jalen Williams had 3. Casey Wallace had 5. So you see how. And then they're dealing with injuries too. AJ Mitchell just been banged up. He didn't play game 4. Don't know if he's gonna play game 6 tonight, but he missed game 4 and 5. And the Spurs came out hot. Wemby 33, 8 and 5. Just playing aggressive. When it's all about Wemby, bro. Wemby said he wasn't doing too well being better teammates for his being better teammates. He's trying to hold himself accountable for the mistakes. And I see he's trying to be a player that grows through the series. And game 4 was a great growing experience because he took over that game offensively and defensively. Game 5 that happened on the 26th on a Tuesday. Second quarter, that's what got it out of hand for OKC. OKC scored 40 in that quarter. But the referees, man, these referees got to be talked about. I'm seeing a lot. It was a lot that went around in the third and fourth quarter. Victor Wembanyama, they called it out of bounds on him when it was out of Shaq. One time when they were fighting for the possession, Isaiah Hartenstein tried to grab the rebound, went off his hand. They called it a jump ball. And then Luke Cornett go for a layup. It's been blocked off the rim like it's FIBA. They didn't call it goaltending. And then Coach Mitchell gets technical foul for arguing that call. It was kind of suspect, man. But Thunder did their thing versus Wemby. They held Wemby into 4 field goal attempts. That was the worst in his playoff career. 0 for 5 for threes, 4 for 15. Castle didn't shoot the ball well. De'Aaron Fox didn't shoot the ball well as those two. Dylan Harper, like I said, he has been struggling in this series. And Shea Gilgeous gave it to him, 32 points. Jared McCain's first start had 20. Caruso, another 20-point game. And they're still doing it without A.J. Mitchell and J-Dub. So, hey, these two, it's been a back-and-forth series, man. I still think Spurs in 7. I do think Spurs win tonight at home. And then Wemby does the impossible like he did in Game 1 and win in Oklahoma. But the key points for San Antonio Spurs, they gotta limit Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They gotta limit him to, I don't know, because Shai's been making them open passes, bro. Like their defense, Shai's starting to figure it out. They want to send 2 at him so he can make the easy passes because they know Shai Gilgeous can kill them on a one-on-one every time. So Spurs are trying to make him beat other players, but Spurs defense, they're just leaving them wide open. You know, Caruso's been shooting the ball amazing this series. Jalen Williams been shooting the ball amazing. Jared McCain's their best shooter. Been shooting the ball amazing. You can't let those guys open for threes. The others, as we call them, the other players open for threes. So I feel like they shouldn't play off the help of the shooters. They should just play. Castle's been doing a great job, in my opinion, guarding Shai Gilgeous. Shai Gilgeous is the MVP, so he's getting more calls. I feel like Castle's doing a great job. Continue to put Castle one-on-one with him. Just force him to beat him, bro. Because Castle's playing a great job. Tony Allen type defense I like to see. Victor Wembanyama has to go towards the basket. This past games he's been trying to settle outside. I know Isaiah Hartenstein is shoving him around and stuff like that, but it's the playoffs. You got to fight through that. I know Shea Holmgren's been ducking him. They've been putting Isaiah Hartenstein on him, which is okay. De'Aaron Fox got to wake up too. De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper, they got to wake up because they got other guys that needs to score instead of Wemby. But, you know, players shoot better at home. The Thunder shot, 43% last game, and OKC Spurs shot 29 from the 3. So we'll see Game 6 tonight. It could be a De'Aaron Fox game. It got to be one of the guards. De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. One of them got to get 20. 2 of them got to get 20, actually, with Wemby's 20. Because if Wemby gets 20 and 20, they all get 60 combined, they win that game. I'm pretty sure they win this game. Because they still, I believe A.J. Mitchell's not playing, J-Dub's not playing. Shaq hasn't been doing too much effectively on the offensive side. Defensively, he's doing his part on the help side instead of not guarding Wemby. But it should be a great series. I still think it goes 7. I still think Spurs win tonight and Spurs win in 7. And it'll be a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals, which the Spurs won that. I still think that. Will OKC go back-to-back? If they win tonight, could they go back-to-back versus the Knicks? That would be interesting. Hasn't been a back-to-back team since the Golden State Warriors in 2017-18. So, we'll see. We'll see, but they should be the favorites. I feel like any of the teams in the West will be the favorites versus the Knicks. But shout out to the Knicks, man. Taking care of business, winning 12 straight. The biggest what if the Detroit Pistons would have been able to take down the Cleveland Cavaliers, what kind of game it would have went to. But, you know, always what ifs. Joe Mazzulla went Coach of the Year, I saw. Shout out to him. Not too sure. They announced those first teams and second teams. We can look at that. First team was Shai Gilgeous, Nikola Jokic, Wemby, Luka, and Cade Cunningham. Second team was Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, KD, and Brunson. Two good teams so far. You could agree that Jaylen Brown should have been first team. Could agree with that. Third team, Maxey, Jamal Murray, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren, and Shaq Holmgren. That's a surprising 3. I'm surprised about Murray, Duren. I knew Duren was probably going to get it because it's regular season, but Shaq, I'm surprised he got that. I was surprised he got that because offensively he's been what's I gonna say? Offensively he's been out of it, kind of in the playoffs in this series. He's been out of it, kind of. I remember they asked Shay a question like, how do you get him involved and stuff like that? And he said, didn't even have an answer, bro. I was dying, bro. But let's look at the All-NBA defensive team. All-NBA defensive team. The first team is Victor Wembanyama, of course, Asura Thompson, Shaq Holmgren, Derek White, and Rudy Gobert. Interesting. I'm surprised Derek White. Maybe I haven't been watching too much. Second team, Dyson Daniels, Cason Wallace off the bench. Wow, that's nice. Scotty Barnes, Bam Adebayo, OG Anunoby. I like that. I like that team. I like that team a lot. Rookie first team, VJ Edgecombe, Con Canepo, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Cedric Howard. I'm surprised Cedric Howard. Didn't really watch too much Memphis Grizzlies this year, but I was surprised he got a first team. Second team, Jeremiah Fears, Colin Murray-Burroughs, Maximo Renault, Ace Bailey, and Derek Queen. I thought Jeremiah Fears could have got first team. He started off this year pretty solid. So I thought he could have got that. But yeah, that's MVPs. That's all the awards. Because we did already announce the other ones. We already know Coach of the Year. I just said that. Most improved Nikola Walker-Alexander. Sixth man was Keldon Johnson. Rookie was Cooper Flagg. Defensive player was 1B. MVP was Shai Gilgeous. That's all I got. NBA. Let's transition to the Champions League, man. Champions League final is Saturday. I'm excited, man. Arsenal versus PSG, bro. Arsenal is coming off a celebratory of the Premier League. But time to celebrate is we got to put a pause on that, bro. We got a bigger game this Saturday, the Champions League game, trying to get that double, man, versus the PSG team that won it last year, looking to be the second team to go back-to-back since the Real Madrid days in 2017-18 as well, when they won a three-peat. They ended with a three-peat, so we'll see, bro. This Arsenal's team hasn't lost a competition, hasn't lost a game in the Champions League all this year. Projected lineups, man. It's going to be a great game, man. Both teams are a defensive team that likes to, PSG is a press and counterattack team. Arsenal is a team that relies on their defense and their the style play is a little slower, but team that can score off of set pieces, taking advantage of opportunities, bro. Arsenal projected lineup, in my opinion, is in a 4-2-3-1. I think you can start left back, Calafafori. Been amazing all year. He's been playing well offensively. He's been looking like a left wing back a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, he's been looking like that a little bit. We got to put Gabriel at one of the central backs. Will Saliba, them two, they've been amazing all year. They held, how many goals did they allow in Champions League this year? The defense only allowed 4 goals in Champions League this year. So the defense has been there. It's been the best defense in the whole world, in my opinion. During Timber at the right back is probably still hurt. I haven't heard a lot of updates on him. And then Ben White got hurt versus West Ham. So that was a second right back. So they probably go maybe Cristiano Mascuri. That's all I would think they'll go at the right back. He plays the central back and the right back a lot. At the sixth position, Declan Rice will play the 6, in my opinion. Declan Rice will play the 6, and then the 8 will be Odegaard. or I think Odegaard should start. I think Zubamini doesn't start this game. I feel like they've been playing better without him on the pitch. Declan Rice plays the 6 and the 8 pretty well, so putting Zubamini on the bench, you can put Declan Rice on the 6, and he will go. He will control the front and the back of the midfield and the back of the midfield. And then we got the 8. We got Odegaard. Odegaard at the 8, going box to box, making extra plays, being the central midfielder, as Declan Rice will be the defensive midfielder. And then we got the 10, Eze, attacking midfielder. He could be an attacking midfielder. Then the wings, the left wing, we got Tussarat. I like Tussarat starting. Then we got Martinelli off the super sub. I would say he'll be a super sub. Saka will be the starting right wing, while Noni Menduwiki will be the right wing. Striker, I feel like we just start Gyökeres. Gyökeres has been our best striker this year, scoring about 21 goals in all competitions. And he's stronger, physical. So if Arsenal considers pressing, Gyökeres is a stronger attacker, so that he can easily get through the ball as a defending attacker. I would say better than Kai Havertz. We see it. So I got that for Arsenal starting 11. Louis Skelly could come in. Hank Apilli could come in as well. Don't know. Well, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. We've been waiting for this. Arsenal's been waiting for a Champions League. They got their Premier League. Now they want to get a Champions League, complete the double. While PSG on the other side is looking to go back-to-back. PSG has already won the Liga. I don't know how many years has it been in a row. Another year in the Champions League, they didn't even get a top 8 spot. They got 11, and they still made it all the way. Last year, they were 15, and they won it all versus Inter, that was 4 seed. Now they're playing the number 1 team. And they beat the number 1 team last year, Liverpool. And I remember Arsenal and PSG played last year in the semis. First game was 1-0, I believe, PSG. Then the second game was 2-1 PSG. Even though they played earlier in that league phase, PSG won that. No, Arsenal won that league phase, I believe, 2-1 or 2-0. I'm not too sure. But this one is a new game for all the marbles. Let's look at PSG starting 11, in my opinion. Goalkeeper will probably be Martavis Scafoni. I don't know if I said his name wrong. Number 39. Probably be their goalkeeper. Their left back will probably be Louis Menez. I know Louis Menez is battling through injuries, but everybody's hurt right now. Everybody's hurt, so there's no excuses. Marquinhos will be one of the center backs. William Pancho will be another center back. Right back will be Hakimi. Hakimi's also been battling through an injury. I believe he didn't play the second leg of the Bayern Munich game. So I think he's available, though. I think he's available. He should be available. Hold on, I gotta see. And then they run a 4-3-3, so that's the back four. The 3 midfielders would be Neves on the left side, I would say, left side of the midfield. And then Vitina will be in the middle of the midfield. And then on the right side, I'm not too sure who they'll start on the right side. They got a lot of options. They got Zaire Emery or they got Fabian Ruiz. It really depends how they want to go. If they want to go, I think Zaire Emery has earned it this year to start in the middle midfield in the Champions League game. So I think they'll start him. The left wing, I feel like that's been their best player this year. KK Carvacelli. I feel like he should be the left wing. He's been their best player. And it's going to be an interesting battle because he's playing versus the third string, a younger guy, and Christian Mosquera in the right back side. So him going at them will be interesting. We'll see how they'll do. Do Rice help out a little bit on the defensive side? Because it could be Rice's game. Rice has been on a great form, and he wants to win a championship like this. So I would be surprised if Rice is helping on the long side on the right back area, trying to cover Carvacelli. They got the striker in Dembele. Dembele's been a central forward for PSG for these past 2 years. Since Mbappe left, and he's been doing an amazing job. Having a career that we thought Mbappe would have. He found his way back in the Ballon d'Or talks. Even though I don't think he will win Ballon d'Or, I still think Harry Kane win Ballon d'Or for amazing 60+ goals this year, and he's not done. He has a lot more goals to show for in the World Cup with England. Dembele. But yeah, I got Dembele as center forward. And then Désiré Doué on the left wing. Désiré Doué, or I would think Désiré Doué or Bacola. But Désiré Doué has been the better forward player. Could start a couple games for France in the World Cup this year. But then, they got Bradley Bacola comes in. They got Mayolu, Hernandez could come in. Ramos, Pedro. They got a lot of guys, man. It's going to be a great game. I'm ready for this game, bro. PSG dominated Inter Milan last year. It wasn't even like a championship game. They dominated them 5-0 right off the gate. And last year, I was saying a lot, like, their goalie saved them a lot, and their goalie's not there no more. Donnarumma went to Man City, and their goalie that they got from Lille's, Carvelli, has been hurt and lost his starting position to Matovi. But if Luis Enrique wins this Champions League, bro, another one, he's going up there with the grades of winning. This will be his third Champions League, I believe. Second with PSG. Who would have thought, man? We say this every time, man. The team with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe couldn't win the Champions League while this PSG team is going back-to-back. Like, this got to motivate Mbappe, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He left PSG for his team. He left PSG for a team that won the Champions League in Real Madrid. And then for PSG to go to the finals back-to-back year and could go back-to-back. Like, bro. I know he wants to support his guys, but deep down, he has to be sick, bro. He has to do better. I think Madrid will be better next year, but that's not the time for them. But, this is going to be a great game, bro. I feel like this game, counterattacks, is going to be amazing because PSG is fast with the counterattacks. They got Hakimi being the right wing back. He's quick, looking across the bar to Caroselli or across the bar to Dembele. Dembele looking at Caroselli. Like they just so their attacking is just they're quick on the wing side. So I feel like PSG, not PSG, Arsenal has to be ready. Like, I know we will hope Timber's back, but I don't think Timber will play. Timber hasn't played in so long, and I don't think they will risk starting him as well in the Championship League game. I think Mascara does get the start. And Calafiori is going to be amazing. Calafiori's been amazing for Arsenal these past few games. So I can't wait to see the matchup with him and Dewey. But there's going to be a lot of helping. I'm excited. Dele can rise. Odegaard, the midfield. The midfield is going to win the game, in my opinion. The midfield is going to win this game, bro. Neves, Vitina, Zaire Emery versus Rice, Eze, and what's his name? Odegaard. It's going to be interesting, bro. I can't wait. Arsenal, I do think Arsenal wins this 2-1. Yes, I think we score a set piece goal. We score a set piece goal, of course. And it's going to be 1-1. I don't know who's going to score for us, but I know the game's going to be 1-1 at a point. And our super sub, Mr. Gabriel Martinelli, scores an amazing game winner goal around the 70th to 90th minute, bro. Martinelli scores. He's always scoring clutch goals. And I think Saka has the game of his life. Saka, Delic, and Rice, they have the game of their lives. And maybe they one of them gets the assist for the set piece. Gabriel header, we never know, bro. It's going to be an amazing game. I can't wait. Early tip-off, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. in UK time. I'm excited, bro. Call on your Gunners, man. North London forever. That's all I got for this podcast. I think that's all I got, bro. 2-1. Arsenal, don't care who scores for PSG. Don't care. Hopefully the ref doesn't favoritize PSG as they did versus Bayern Munich. But it's been a long football season. World Cup is coming around. I got to do a World Cup episode soon. Talk about these teams, bro. But I'm excited, bro. Like, share, turn your post notifications on, and we are out.